welcome back. So now you're here for the very first, sometimes true, sometimes false with Ryan. For today, I'm accompanied by my two lovely guests.
Friends. We're the friends.
Friends, Jazzy and Sarah. Guys, thank you for doing this today. This will be fun.
I'm really excited, but I'm not going to lie, I'm a little nervous too.
So now the premise of the game is, it's simple. So every week we pick a new topic and we say, they have to guess if it's sometimes true or false. And that's the game. So this week the topic is Uber. So I'm gonna ask a number of Uber things like Uber blank. Is this real or is it false? And so the way it works is I will give a description of the thing, and then afterwards they will guess if it's true or false, and hopefully have some fun conversation along the way.
I'm gonna get it wrong.
I'm gonna win.
Very competitive.
Keeping score. We should do that for next time.
Okay.
Cool. So now let's see that first slide. What do we have? Okay, Uber Eats. In major cities like Atlanta, Paris, or New York, you can order food off your Uber to work, to your house, anywhere. It's cheap. It's small portion items. It's not available in Detroit or in Ann Arbor yet. And guys, what do you think?
100% true.
Yeah, I think I've heard about that one before.
When I was in New York this summer, I almost ordered it a couple times. Kind of restrained myself from that, but I thought about it.
You know what? That is correct. It's true.
Wow,
Great
yay.
job. Now the things I don't get is like, there's food delivery service. There's plenty of late night cheap places. And it's not, so Uber Eats, it's fair price, but I would not say it's cheap by any means. But I guess the angle they're going for is like Uber. They're a higher quality service. So I remember in LA, my bosses out there this summer when I was interning, they'd get it all the time, and it'd be like higher quality fruit or vegetables. Because you're just craving that 2 p.m. like zucchini. Uber Eats got
Apple, that's all I want.
you. Next up, roll that next slide. What do we got? Okay, Uber onesies. So now, if you give birth in an Uber as this San Francisco woman, you will get a free Uber onesie, and they will clean up the mess for you. What do you guys think?
I'm saying absolutely not. That is so false.
Survey says this is true.
What?
What? Yes.
What?
It happened. I think so. A woman in San Francisco gave birth in her Uber, and that she was so happy with how the driver handled it.
Was it high quality delivery?
High quality. So she went to her local news outlet, got mega attention, and as a thank you for all the positive free PR they got, they sent her an Uber onesie. And rumor has it that if you give birth in an Uber, you will get an Uber onesie.
And they will clean it up?
They'll clean up the mess.
Do you think that they actually have onesies made ready to send out, or is this a one-time thing?
No, you might need to give them some advance notice, like, hey, I think I'm going to have my baby in your car, like.
Okay, I mean, I would, no.
Oh, okay.
Moving on.
Ben, what do we got next? Okay, so this is Uber credit score. So this one is pretty great. So you're in the Uber. I'm sorry, yeah. So you're in the Uber, and you're like, hey, I'm going out clubbing, can I use my credit card? So 'cause most young people aren't aware about their credit score. So Uber, you can swipe your card on there, where you normally would type your credit card, and they'll tell you your credit score, so you know.
I'm gonna call false.
I'm gonna call false because you're laughing while you're
not
saying
swiping.
it.
You don't swipe. That's the whole thing about Uber. You don't swipe. You're already in there.
Okay,
Right.
you got me. That one's false, but we got more. What's next? Oh, yeah, this one's a good one. Now this one is Uber DJ. No, not for your Sweet 16. This, I'm talking, is you can select what songs go on in the car while you're riding through a partnership with Spotify.
True.
I've used it.
We've done it.
You've used it.
Yeah.
Why?
You
You can't wait to get where you're going. You're like,
We're
No.
calling it true. We're calling
calling
it
it
true.
true.
true. That's where we are in 2015. Next up, Uber Flowers, like 1-800-Flowers, but in your Uber. So same thing. So it's like Uber Eats. So basically, you don't have to already be in the Uber. You can be at your office, your house, or whatever, and you go on your phone, you select Uber Flowers, and just say where it's going. So unlike Uber Eats, same thing like Uber Eats, you don't need to be in the car. It will bring it to you, or in this case, to your loved one. Guys, what do you think?
Calling a false.
I'm just gonna play devil's advocate and go true.
It is false.
Oh!
No. But no, okay. Would this not be a great thing? Uber
That would
Flowers.
be
It would
really
be
nice.
great.
Yeah.
That'd be really nice.
Because their whole thing is they'd still be cheaper than the other guys. I'm sure you
I would love to get a flower delivery.
Yeah, I would send you one.
through an Uber. You give 5 stars for that guy.
Yeah.
What do we got next? if this picture serves my memory correctly, this is Uber Massage. Similar to Uber Flowers or Uber Eats, because it might be real, it will deliver a masseuse to you. That's all the information I'm given. What do you think?
Absolutely false. I don't want
Calling
a
it false.
stranger coming to my door from Uber to give me
Well,
a
in
massage.
this fictional scenario, he plays false. They would deliver a masseuse to you. So it's like the masseuse is the product. They are the flower. It's not the driver. If that makes you feel any
The
better.
person's the product. And
Yeah.
just
So what
no.
you're saying, they drop off a masseuse.
They drop off the masseuse, and then you have to order the masseuse in Uber when he leaves. Product placement.
Perfect.
What do we got next? This is great. So, Uber dates and not the fruit. So I might have heard of Tinder. Well, Uber is getting on that train, or should I say car. It's a date app. So basically you swipe if you match with someone where you're going. Yeah. I can't give me that look. I can't. Why
I'm
did
gonna
that
call
face?
it a false.
I'm going to call it a false too.
But you have a story. I think you
But,
have a story for
but,
us.
but think about it. It could kind of work because, so say you swipe yes on this person, they swipe yes on you. You get in the car, you go. It's a 15-minute obligation. If you don't like each other, you're never going to see each other other
So
than that
do
one
you
carpool
rate
ride.
them by stars or do you rate the driver?
I mean, it's fictional.
Oh.
So, I mean,
Well-
we could invent it.
Well, the rating system is good. 'Cause I feel like so many times if you're on one of those dating apps, sometimes people are very uncomfortable and very creepy.
Yeah.
So now, 1 star to you, sir. And the driver, he's there. He has a vested interest in this because he can get a 1 star too. So now if he sees something's
trying
out of line, he's
Trying
just
to
like,
facilitate conversation.
he's like, oh, have you seen the baseball game lately? You know, like, or hey, behave yourself. You know, he's a good protection. Do we have any more? I think we have, I believe, one more. Oh, so the Uber Puppies, similar to all these, so essentially all these things is Uber comes and drops something off. So in this scenario, Uber for 15 minutes will deliver a puppy for you to play with. But here's the hook. They are all from your local shelter. So the idea is that if you fall in love with your puppy in your 15 minutes, you can adopt the puppy free of charge. Guys?
That's
true or
dangerous.
false?
If it's true, it's dangerous for me because I would be hooked. I would do it all the time.
I'm going to say true also, and I'm definitely going to order me some Uber puppies.
It's true. So now this was just announced this past week. So now you have to check out Uber's website for more info because they're still announcing how exactly this plan will work and what cities this will go to. But I have a feeling we're about to see some like puppy adoptions on the rise. But I'm sure they have to be careful with this because I'm sure it's been probably like Uber Eats where you can't do this past 10 p.m. You know, you can't do this. You have to do this in a reasonable time of day. I'm talking like a Sunday morning, like a reasonable, clear state of mind.
Yeah.
Good work.
I believe, actually, is there any more or is that it? I believe that is it. So thank you for joining us today on Sometimes True, Sometimes False with Ryan
And
And
friends.
and friends. And now we have our very own Paige who's talking with Relay for Life. Paige, what do you have for us?